On this week's episode of the series that was formerly called Failed Presidential Candidates, but now is just going to be any political figure I feel like talking about in biographical and comedic fashion, I'm going to have to workshop that title. Anyway, we're doing it on Martha Stewart's sweet tea and grit-filled evil racist twin, Marsha Blackburn. So Aunt Marsha was born June 6, 1952 in Laurel, Mississippi. Growing up, she'd compete in child objectification and sexualization pageants. Because, you know, Dixie, and if you're going to teach kids to grow up to blame boogeymen for doing the things that you are actually doing, you got to start indoctrinating them young. After high school, she went to Mississippi State University on a 4-H scholarship and got a bachelor's in home economics. Tell me that's not the most Sweet Home Alabama shit you've ever heard in your life. Also, what the fuck? Boomer and Boomer sequels have been giving millennials shit for decades about getting degrees in gender studies because Sean Handyjob told them that that's a real thing that happens, and have used that to try to undermine the fact that our generation is way more educated than theirs. And then they turn around and elect Boomer Barbie with a degree in home fucking ec. She got a bachelor's degree in being a housewife. And they're like, yep, that seems like a totally reasonable and excellent qualification for somebody governing the most powerful country on the planet. Also, I'm not picking on being a homemaker at all. It's a severely underappreciated, undervalued, and underrecognized job, and anybody who does that well deserves to have that value recognized. But a bachelor's degree in home ec? How do you make a 1-semester optional high school course a 4-year college degree? The people who teach home ec don't even have bachelor's degrees in home ec. All right, I'm done. Back to the video. So after college, home ec degree in hand, she went and worked a few odd jobs that weren't important enough for me to remember for this video. But if I had to guess, it was probably something to do with like selling makeup or essential oils or some shit. That seems like it would check out. And then she started a promotion event management firm. Because like most Karens, despite having no qualifications whatsoever, they believe people should not only care about their opinion, but pay them for it. At some point in this timeline, she ended up in the suburbs of Nashville. Probably because she likes rhinestones. She seems like the type. And in '92, she would run for Tennessee's 6th Congressional District, but she lost to a guy named Bart. Then in 1995, the Tennessee governor appointed her executive director of the Film, Entertainment, and Music Commission because nothing says art and culture like a suburban white lady with a degree in home ec from Mississippi State University. Then in 2000, they re-gerrymandered the fuck out of Tennessee, and Tennessee's 7th district, which includes Memphis, absorbed Tennessee's 6th district, which includes suburbs of Nashville. Take a minute to think about that. You know how far apart Memphis and Nashville are? 200 fucking miles. You know what's in that 200-mile stretch between Memphis and Nashville? A lot of saltines. You know what's in Memphis? Fewer jars of mayonnaise. So do we know why they made this district 200 miles long? If your guess was to include enough Wonder Bread to offset the voting population of Memphis, you'd be correct. So in 2002, Marsha Crossburn decided to run for the Tennessee 7th district, of which she now belonged, and this time she won. She then spent the next decade and a half gaining some notoriety amongst the Republican Party. And then in 2017, she announced her candidacy for Senate, where she spent her entire campaign channeling her inner Michelle Bachmann and just saying the dumbest shit she could think of to pander to the lowest common denominator. This ensured she didn't have to come up with any policies of substance or any campaign platforms at all. She just bragged about being called a wingnut and said she didn't believe in bipartisanship or compromise because a person with a degree in home ec, or a fascist, depending on how much credit you want to give her, would think that that's how government should work. And as a senator, she's been a lot like the shitty plastic $2 pizza cutters she sells for $20. All edge, no point, and probably full of BPA. You know, addressing the serious issues, like letting people know that Biden is going to personally come to your house and steal your washing machine, or asking Supreme Court judges to define a woman. Well, that may have been a genuine question she just doesn't know the answer to. You know, on account of Mississippi cutting education funding forever, her reading skills are probably not that great, and she was just hoping that a woman with a real education could read the definition for her. Trying to give her the benefit of the doubt here. And yeah, aside from publicly daydreaming about riding Trump's train like it's Norfolk Southern in 2024, those are pretty much all of her accomplishments. So golf clap for Tennessee. They always know how to pick a winner.